The fogging kit will be included in its case. You will have some extra fogging fluid. Any standard fog fluid will work. You have extra syringes as well, so you can preload them and just have them ready for immediate replacement. If you happen to run out during a show, it should only take you, 30 seconds or so to switch the fog if need be. Additionally, you do have the battery charger. It has a very long cord on it. Pretty standard little charging unit. All you do is inside the head, where the fog unit is also where the battery charger is. The battery itself, that is. And it is just stored right up inside, and you can see right there is where you will plug in your charger, and you just charge the battery with it installed in the head. Alright, the Dragon comes with a tiny FX fogger. It has a little syringe that has fog fluid in it. This should last an entire production. Gives you about 10 minutes worth of fog. To install it, you simply take the syringe and you put it up inside the fogger, making sure that you get it into the little connecting device, and then you just screw it tight. It will not leak if you turn it upside down because it has a pressure sensitive activator right on the inside of the nipple in there. So that is your fogger that sits just inside the Dragon's head. It's worth over $1,500. You can see that right up in the top inside you've got a connector where the battery connects to, as well as the remote connects to. And the remote line comes all the way down the Dragon pole and is on the left handle, and it sits just there. And you press and hold, and you will get fog within 1 second. So from a closed up look, this is the back of the Dragon head, and you will see there are certain areas of Velcro to get to the top. This overlays, and that's hard glued in, so this section right here is the Velcro. Once that comes up, you will see there's another Velcro section that will pull down that will allow you to get underneath the neck. All right. In one of the crates, you will find a case. The case contains some fog fluid. Again, if you are out of fog fluid, you can use standard fog fluid, syringes for the fog to be replenished. There's the charger for the fog or battery that is already pre-installed in the Dragon, and the remote that goes on the left handle of the Dragon. You will also see the power supply charger and the battery pack for the LED lights for the Dragon. So all of the electronics and power sources that you need for the fogger and the eyes are in one case. In the package you will have an extra LED light. It is for an eye, so you have a backup eye, and you can see there is a connector there on the end of it, and you just plug the connector up inside of the eye once you install it. It installs pretty simply. There are just two wing nuts that hold the eye socket in place. As you can see here, two holes, one on either side, and that's where those wing nuts go through if you have to replace an eye. All right, once you get the Dragon out of the crate, please make sure that you support the head. The purpose of that is just to make sure there's not too much wear and tear and stress put on the spring system where her neck joint is. Also, it keeps the jaw pulled up nice and tight as well. You'll see at the neck pole there is a stand to support that section. The two wing poles will sit directly on the ground. And then where the LED lights are operated from, the back section pole, there's a stand for it as well. And then please support the tail so that the tail does not rest on the ground. The Dragon's head is operated by one operator. The operator wears a harness, and the pole slides into the harness. The head can move up and down by pushing the entire system up and down. It moves left and right as well by spinning it. Then the jaw moves by pushing down on one handle and goes back up by a spring system. There are also two eyelets there that you can pull down on, and that will actually allow the eyes to blink or wink either side. There are two operators for the wings, one on each side. Both operators wear a harness and the poles slide into the harness. The wings can be extended out as well as pulled inward by pushing down on the flap. The wing goes out. By pulling down on the handle, the wings are retracted back in, and they can move forward and backwards as well. The back section of the Dragon is supported by one operator that will wear a harness. The pole will slide into the harness, and this is the operator that controls the color of the lights. Okay, you have one battery pack. Wires are red to red terminal, black to black terminal, with a little connector on the other end, and that connector just gets plugged in underneath this unit, which is under the tail. You just screw it in, and that will provide power to the eyes. You flip that switch on, and the eyes will have power. And then you have three different colors. So you have the top, the middle, and the bottom. And they'll give you three color choices between yellow, green, and red. If for some reason that the eyes don't work, it could be potentially the connection above the eye color selection box. There are just two terminals that plug in. They look like Ethernet or telephone type terminals, so just be sure that those two are connected at the top of that box. The tail is operated by one operator grabbing both the poles, of course at the lower end of the poles, which allows him to move the tail in various positions. This operator does not wear a support harness. Alright, what you're looking at is a standard snare drum band harness, and that's what you're going to want, is a snare drum harness. Be sure it's a snare because it has a very specific design to hold a mount that the snare drums fit into. It is that mount that's particularly of importance because we have developed an insert that goes right into that snare drum mount, which allows the Dragon poles to slide inside of.